Hi guys, Ann Ashley here for today's book. Today we are going to read Clara's Dancing Feet. Clara, small and bouncy as a rubber ball, loved to dance. All kinds of music went straight to her feet. She would be a rock star in the kitchen, a tap dancer in the hall, and a little swan in the living room. "Not in here, Clara," her mother would say. "Go away," her brother would say. "I'm doing my homework." Even the cat didn't appreciate Clara's dancing. So there she is dancing. One day, Emily came to play. She had just moved in next door. Clara and Emily were the same age. "I can do lots of things," Emily said. "I can skip, I can skate, I can dance, and I can play the flute. What can you do?" Clara wasn't sure she liked Emily, but she was impressed. She wasn't very good at skipping. She couldn't skate or play the flute. What could she do? "I can dance," she told Emily. "Show me." So Clara stood on tiptoes and fluttered her arms like wings. So there's Emily, and there's Clara showing her how she dances. "That's not real dancing," Emily said. "You have to position for real dancing, like this." And she put her heels together and turned out her toes until her feet were in a straight line, just like a ballerina. Clara couldn't see what this had to do with dancing, but she tried to put her feet in a straight line and fell over. "That's because you haven't had lessons," Emily explained. "You have to have lessons if you want to be a real dancer." So see how Emily's got her feet? And then poor Clara fell down. Clara asked her father if she could take dancing lessons. Then Clara asked her mother. "It's a little late for this year," her mother told her. "School is almost over." But Clara had made up her mind. She wanted to dance. Now, not next year. Finally, her mother said, "We'll go and talk to the teacher." There she is asking her dad, and there she is with her mom. Mrs. Lightbody looked at Clara's feet and legs and made her walk up and down. "Nothing wrong there," she said. "We only have 3 more classes, but perhaps Clara would like to come and see what we've learned so far." She gave Clara's mother a list of things Clara would need for her classes. So there they are. Clara had never seen anywhere like Pioriti. They had everything from stiff white ballet skirts to rock and roll jumpsuits, all for dancing. She would have liked striped legging warmers, but the list said a white leotard, a pink sweater, and white socks. She fell instantly in love with the satin ballet shoes, which made her feet look like 2 sugared almonds. Look at all this stuff at the dance store. Claire was the first to arrive at the dancing school on Thursday. She put on her leotard, her socks, and her ballet shoes. Claire's mother braided her hair and pinned it up on top of her head. Then Emily and the others arrived. Suddenly, Claire felt shy. Here she is in her ballet outfit. All the little girls have arrived. When they were dressed, everyone went into the next room except Clara. She followed behind and stopped in the doorway. Most of the class, especially Emily, were racing around the room. "In the middle of the room, please," Mrs. Lightbody called. "Make a circle." The children ran together and held hands, all except Clara. She stayed in the doorway. Something had happened to her feet, or was it her legs? They wouldn't move. There she is over in the doorway, just standing there, looking kind of sad, huh? "Come along, Claire." Mrs. Lightbody held out her hand. Clara longed to run and join the circle, but her feet were stuck to the floor. Its golden wood, so springy to dance on, held her fast like toffee. "All right," Mrs. Lightbody said kindly. "You stay there and watch." So Clara stayed where she was. The piano was played by a lady who looked like her grandmother. All the music came out of her head. She had tunes for pointing toes, bouncy tunes for skipping, and fast tunes for galloping. And when she wasn't playing, she knitted. There's a lady that looks like her grandma. She looks like a very nice lady. Stand up nice and straight, Mrs. Lightbody said. Pretend you're a puppet with strings, pulling you up to the ceiling. Can you feel them? She put a stool in the middle of the room and told the class it was a tall Christmas tree, and they were fairies with wands who had to light the candles on it. Emily's tiptoed wobbled, and George lost his balance and knocked over the stool. Then it was time for skipping and galloping. Off you go, the music said, and Emily held out her hands to Clara, but Clara couldn't move. What's happened, Clara? What happened, Clara? Her mother asked when they got home. All that fuss about wanting to dance, and then you wouldn't join in? Clara couldn't explain why, but when her mother was busy in the kitchen and her brother was upstairs doing his homework, she put on her ballet shoes and tried the steps she had seen in class. She pointed her toes. She turned them out. She bobbed up and down, bending her knees. Then she galloped around, leading first with one foot, then the other, the way Emily had done. Even the cat seemed impressed. You see, I can dance, she told him. Oops, forgot to show you the page. There she is practicing. So maybe she was just a little shy. We'll see. But the next week, the same thing happened. Clara wanted to dance, but she just couldn't do it. It was like the time she had climbed on to the top of the big slide in the park and had been frightened to let go. Then the boy behind her pushed her. Don't worry, Mrs. Lightbody said. Next week is our last class, and the parents will be coming to see our performance. You come too and watch. That day, Clara sat with the audience. She wasn't wearing her leotard or her ballet shoes. There she is. She's going to watch them perform. The class came around waving reins of scarlet ribbons as they pranced around like circus ponies, stamping their hooves and tossing their heads to the music. Clara found it irresistible. She forgot about being shy. She forgot she wasn't wearing her leotard and ballet shoes. She forgot about the parents watching. She ran across the floor and joined the ponies. 1, 2, 3 went the piano. 1, 2, 3 went Clara, keeping pace with the others. Everyone was looking at her, but it didn't matter. She was a real dancer at last. There she is. Well, Mrs. Lightbody said to Clara when it was over, that was some debut. I hope you'll come to classes next year and learn all the other steps too. Yes, please, Clara said, as she looked down at her gray socks and wiggled her toes. She knew that next time her feet wouldn't refuse to dance. There's her feet. And there's her and Mrs. Lightbody. So that's today's story. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you again soon. Love you. Bye.